Mijo, you've been in Southeast Asia quite a while now. What was your first? How did you end up in the region? And what was your first team in this area, in the region?
First time I came in Southeast Asia in 2004 in Malaysian Premier League, and from that time I'm in this area, and 4 years playing in Malaysia, then this second year in Indonesia.
4 years in Malaysia. What were your teams in Malaysia?
First 2 seasons I played in MKLN, Selangor MKLN.
Right.
That was some private club. One businessman opened the club. That he keep the club maybe 3-4 seasons. Then after that, bankrupt, closed the club.
That's a trend in Malaysia, isn't it? They start private clubs, then they stop them.
Yeah. So after that, I moved back in Croatia because rules in Malaysia. Then you cannot change the club. If you want to change the club, you must go out from the country. Then after 1 year, you can come back and play for another club. So from the show to 2006, begin one club, my team. Then Coach Boyan called me if I want to invite to the club. Then I came and then play one season in Premier League and 1 season in Super League. Yeah.
Right. And then that's when Malaysia kicked out all the foreigners.
Yeah, they make decision that foreigner cannot play.
So you played for what? 2 teams in Malaysia, 2 private teams, and they both don't exist anymore.
Yeah.
Good luck, Balikpapan.
After that, I keep contact with Robbie Gaspar, and he called me if I want to come. I sent CD to him. Then he told me that Persiba Balikpapan looking for the defender. Mm-hmm. I sent them CD, and I straight come from the Malaysia. I straight come in Balikpapan. Was some little bit trial, maybe 5 days, just for the see if medical check this, and I signed the contract. And from that time I played.
So this is your second season now with Balikpapan?
Yeah, this is second year.
How do you find the similarities or differences in the standard between Indonesia and Malaysia?
It's most important different, and in Indonesia you feel like a player, because you play in front of full crowd, and that's the biggest difference. And second is Indonesian football is more aggressive, more aggressive than Malaysia. Yeah.
Well, you're a big centre half. You like a bit of aggression, don't you? It's part of your game, don't you?
Yeah.
All right. So then you're out in Indonesia now. This is your second season here. When you first arrived here, Peter Butler was the coach.
Yeah, Peter Butler.
And then
was
Daniel
the coach.
Ricito.
Then I didn't know what happened with Peter. Just some misunderstanding with the management and something. I think he moved alone from the club. They didn't drop him. Some misunderstanding with the manager, and from that time, after that, Daniel Ricito came in the club, and until now, Daniel Ricito still.
I often thought that with Daniel Ricito, he was a coach of Persiba back in 2006, and they were a suicidal team. They just didn't want to defend.
Yeah, I heard that, but I don't know. In that time, I didn't be here.
But he's a guy who likes to have the team attacking, isn't he?
Yeah. Always he played. If you play home, if you play away, he put the 3-4-3. Very offensive tactic, and I like that formation.
Yeah. But it means it gets a bit messy sometimes as a defender, and you're like, oh my God, everyone's coming to me.
Yeah,
I'm sure you love that.
Yeah, it's okay, no problem. This year, Persiba got good team, good young team.
Now that's it. We're going to talk about. I mean, I saw you play last season a couple of times, and you played good football, and I saw you play Persija and Persitara. You led and lost Mushafri at the start of this season, and you replaced him with Julio Lopez, which is like 2 very different types of players, really, in a way, aren't they?
Yeah. We miss Musafri, yeah, it's true. We miss Musafri because for Indonesian football he can make different, same like he's like foreigner.
Yeah.
If you have Musafir in team, he's like foreigner. So we miss him, but we bring Julio Lopez is also excellent player, scoring player, target man.
Yeah.
It's
So, but also, I mean, you got a great goalkeeper. Now, with Persiba are kind of off the radar. You don't read that much about them in the papers. You don't see them on TV that much. But you got some pretty good local players there, haven't you? Who perhaps.
Yeah, Persiba is, the Indonesian football got small and big clubs.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Persiba is one of the small club. Then. I think if some player got offer from the Persiba or from some club like Arema, Persiba, I'm sure will go to the big club.
But what about? I mean, tell me about your goalkeeper. I've seen him a few times, and he looks pretty damn good. Very underrated keeper.
I think one for me, Made Wirawan is minimum top 3.
Yeah.
Top 3 in Indonesia. I think he deserved to be in the national team.
I think so. But
I play with him, and for me, excellent keeper.
Yeah. He we're talking after the game against Pelita Jaya yesterday, and he's a bit upset. What happened yesterday with him?
Yeah, it's normal.
Yeah.
All goalkeepers in the world can make mistakes, so they also can make mistakes.
Yeah. You saw Almunia last night as well for the Arsenal, so he's still a top keeper.
Yeah.
What about other young players you got in the team?
This season we have very good young players. I think very good talents like Henry Siswanto, like Johan Joga Utama, like Sultan Sama, Ferry Aryavan, but he's already 24, I think. He's already got 4 or 5 seasons in Indonesian League. So it's in the future Persiba will got very good team.
Right. So I mean, Ferry, I believe, since the SEA Games, he's been scoring goals for fun almost, hasn't he? He scored again yesterday. Is he another Bambang Pamungkas or is he another Mushafri?
I think different kind of player. He can. Ferry is not top striker. I think he's backup better if he's 3-4-3. If you play 3-4-3, right or left. So like backup striker, he's hard worker. He work hard and technically excellent, but physically he's a little bit thin.
Like many Indonesians, needs to get away from eating Indomie and drinking water all the time. We talked about, before we started the interview, we talked about Siswanto, who you're very impressed by.
Oh, I'm very impressed from that guy. That player is 19 years old, and he already played, I think, for under 23 Team NAS. And my prediction, that player for maybe for 2-3 seasons must play for national team in Indonesia.
If the coach can get off his arse and go to Balikpapan and see a game.
I looking him like SCN, same style, same kind of player like SCN.
Right.
That kind of strong player, challenge, and for me excellent player. And if he got some good contacts, if he got some good agent, maybe he's player for Europe. I think.
That's good. Wow. All right. One last question then before we start on the serious stuff. You've surprised many people this season with your sustained title bid, and then you've had a couple of poor results recently. Do you still think Persiba have an outside chance of securing the ISL title?
We have very hard fixtures until the end, so 6 games to go, so 2 games home, 4 games away, Persija PSPS, Sriwijaya Persib away, so I think still got a chance.
Yeah.
Still got a chance, but
it ain't over.
Small chance,